This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. I'm Charlie Thompson. In this week's broadcast, children lead out for Jesus, and members commit to holistic living. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. Saturday, November 18th, 2023, marked a day of jubilation and spiritual enlightenment as Children's Day was celebrated with zeal and enthusiasm throughout the South Bahamas Conference. We received several reports on how Children's Day was celebrated in some of our churches. At the Breath of Life Church, World Children's Day was celebrated under the theme, Hope in Foreign Land. Amidst the service, 2 recently baptized children were presented with baptismal certificates. Ursula Roll, one of the assistant CHAM leaders at the church, spoke about the mandate of Christ, which is to be our brother's keeper by helping those in need.
Want you to mother and father buy y'all gifts this Christmas season, right? Yes? Well, tell them buy you 2 gifts. Yeah, because I want my gift too. But I want them to buy you 2 gifts because one of them you're going to give to a neighbor or somebody you know in your school who's less fortunate. As disciples of Christ, you are indebted to be a good neighbor. And in whatever way you can show that, please do. But let it be unselfish.
At the end of the service, a prayer of consecration was done on behalf of the children, that God would give children worldwide the strength to follow the teachings of Christ and continue to be beacons of light wherever they are. The New Providence Church welcomed Children's Sabbath under the theme, Fiercely Faithful. The congregation was blessed with melodious music, drama, and dynamic sermons that focused on the faith journey of Jacob. The Children's Ministries Department also recognized their outstanding leaders for their faith and dedication to the mission of God. The children of New Providence Church were also highlighted for their achievements in the church and the community. CHAM Director Kenesha Sims ministered at Bethany Seventh-day Adventist Church and left a lasting impression on attendees. Under the theme Fiercely Faithful, God Always Keeps His Promises, Director Sims delivered a powerful sermon that not only resonated with the adults, but also engaged the youngest members of the congregation. The children, dressed in superhero costumes, became living representations of God's promises, emphasizing that He is the ultimate superhero of the world. The idea behind dressing the children as superheroes was to convey the message that God is the ultimate superhero in their lives. Each costume represented a promise of God, making the sermon not just a lesson, but a lively and memorable experience for the children, Director Sims explained. The celebration continued at Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church with a much-anticipated Agape Feast, a children's concert under the theme, Thankful Praise. The concert featured energetic and joyful performances by children's choirs from the various churches. The air was filled with gratitude as young voices raised in harmonious praise, creating an atmosphere of thanksgiving. The climax of the evening was the launch of the CHAM Department's groundbreaking publication, the Equipping Children and Adolescent Ministries Leaders Manual. President of the South Bahamas Conference, Pastor Kenny DeVoe, took the stage to explain the significance of this manual and the historic impact it would have on children's ministries.
We want to, this afternoon, present this copy, hot of the press. There are other copies that will come for every church in our conference. Give Auntie Kate, along with the team members, a hearty round of applause for making history in the South Bahamas Conference and in our union.
The Children's Day festivities brought together families, church members, and the community in a day filled with faith, joy, and gratitude. The Music Ministries Department of the South Bahamas Conference hosted a 3-day music workshop with Trent Davis, which began on Thursday, November 9th at the Maranatha Seventh-day Adventist Church. The workshop brought together musicians, choir members, and music enthusiasts from various churches within our conference. The attendees came seeking ways in which they could enhance the music ministry within their churches. They received instruction on a few musical styles, including gospel and chorale compositions, as well as practical strategies to enhance the impact of music within a worship setting. Davis shared the significance of musical diversity, addressing that everyone has a unique taste for the kind of music that resonates with them the most. He emphasized the importance of ensuring everyone is spiritually nourished through a variety of musical styles.
The message does not change, but the mode in which we use the message has to change because we're trying to reach different people. We are cooking on Sabbath, and what we're trying to do is the older lady that comes has been an Adventist for all of her life. We want her to sing something so she can feel the Lord. We want somebody who's middle-aged, that they need a little something, they feel the Lord. If the children come and we are rapping the words of the Bible, we're rapping it, don't get upset because they're rapping it. That's the music of their time. As long as the words flow and they're in line with the Word of God.
The workshop concluded on November 11th as the participants continued to hone their musical talents. According to Music Ministries Director Annette Dorset, the songs will be featured during a special Festival of Carols. This will be an evening of Christmas carols and Bible readings to honor the birth of Jesus on Sabbath, December 9, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. at the Hillview Church. La Senda de la Vida Church celebrated Health Week from November 7th through 10th under the theme Holistic Health with Jesus. The program was organized by Dr. Malin Batista and by Dr. Addis Salazar. Dr. Alpheus Alec, Health Ministries Director for the South Bahamas Conference, Shandira Smith, Head of Hispanic Affairs, Evelyn Franklin, ASI Bahamas President Ian Green, were invited to give seminars on spiritual nutrition, emotional, and physical health. Health screenings were conducted by Dr. Eunice Chog and Sister Charlotte Duffus to all the participants as they received timely health tips each evening. The children also received health messages and made crafts related to the topic. One attendee testified after applying what he learned that he noticed a change in his blood pressure. La Senda de la Vida hopes to continue to impact their community through their various initiatives. After this commercial break, we will have more on what's coming up in the South Bahamas Conference.
I don't know if you're like me, but I've been picked on, I've been ridiculed, I've been made to feel like I was less than what I am. But when I view God as an artist, it makes me feel better about who He's created me to be. Now, the value of an artist's masterpiece is appraised in 3 different ways. 1, the time that the artist takes in order to create that masterpiece. In other words, if an artist takes 3 months to create something, it's worth more than if it took 3 days to create something else. Also, if the artist has any duplicates or copies of that particular piece of work. And if the reputation of the artist is great, then whatever that artist creates is also great. Now, what's beautiful about this is that God took His time to create man. The Bible tells us that He spoke everything else into existence, but He formed man of the dust of the ground. Also, there are no duplicates of you. You are the only one of you that God has made. And God has an amazing reputation. Now, this is wonderful because that means that the value of a masterpiece is not based on the condition that it's found in. It's based on the reputation of the artist. That means that if a masterpiece is found tattered or even torn, it still has value because of the artist who created it. And even if other people don't appraise it as being highly valuable, it will still mean the world to the artist. You still mean the world to God. You are God's masterpiece.
And coming up in the South Bahamas Conference, the SBC Men's Convention will be held this weekend, November 24th and 25th, 2023, at Bahamas Academy. All men are invited to attend for powerful presentations, dynamic preaching, and informative and interactive breakout equipping sessions. The Agape Seventh-day Adventist Church will be holding their week of prayer, 7 days of prayer and fasting, on November 26th through to December 2nd, 2023, under the theme, Go Preach My Gospel. All are invited to join each morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. via their Zoom channel. And the Inspirationals, under the direction of Ralph Roll, invite everyone to their free concert production on December 10th, 2023 at 5 p.m. at the Living Faith Seventh-day Adventist Church. Feel free to visit the South Bahamas Conference website at southbahamasconference.org to receive more information on all of our upcoming conference events. There, you can also view a rebroadcast of our Adventist News Update, along with other local programming from our cable channel ATV 658. Read the weekly Logos, as well as the Adventist page from the Nassau Guardian.
The prostate is a walnut-shaped gland found only in men. Its function is to produce seminal fluids which nourishes and transports sperm. Prostate cancer is the uncontrollable growth of cancer cells in the gland. Almost all cancers of the prostate are malignant tumors formed from structures in the epithelial tissue, meaning that most cases of prostate cancer are very serious and harmful. Some prostate cancers can grow and spread rapidly, but most grow slowly. Factors such as age, race, and family history can increase a man's risk of having prostate cancer. At the age of 50, your risk of having prostate cancer increases. According to Cancer.net, more than 80% of prostate cancers are diagnosed in men 65 and older. Black men are more likely to have prostate cancer rather than white men. They are also at a higher risk of developing prostate cancer at an earlier age and also have tumors that are more aggressive and grow more quickly. Familial prostate cancer is when prostate cancer is inherited through the family. This is said to occur only 20% of the time. Signs of prostate cancer are burning or pain during urination, loss of bladder control, and blood in urine. Treatments include radiation therapy, surgery, and chemotherapy. If you want to reduce the risk of prostate cancer, the Mayo Clinic suggests that you consider trying 1. A low-fat diet. 2. Eat more fat from plants than from animals. 3. Increase the amount of fruits and vegetables you eat each day. 4. Eat fish. 5. Reduce the amount of dairy products you eat each day. This has been Carl Kemp with your health tips, courtesy of the Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network with our news feature from around the world.
"234 people were baptized during Impact Botswana." The evangelistic initiative carried out by the headquarters of the Adventist Church in the Southern Africa and Indian Ocean region involved coordinated efforts in 13 locations. In one of these locations, the focus was on sign language to serve the deaf community. For more details about this incredible event in Botswana, let's turn to Noel C. Banda.
As part of its evangelism thrust to evangelize to urban cities and the unentered areas, the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division is embarked on a strategic plan of I Will Go, which will cover all our unions across our territory. This year, the SID has targeted Botswana and the Southern Africa Union Conference SAU. In Botswana, the first port of call was Francistown. More than a dozen sites were established with the local pastors and SID pastors descending in Francistown. The North Botswana Conference laity and the local pastors were on the ground, accompanied by the union president, Pastor Strike Ben, who shared the platform with some of the SID leaders. Firing from all cylinders, the evangelistic meetings attracted a large demographics, and Sister Margaret Mlambo, accompanied by Douglas Mapete and Gerald Hara from Sunrise Sign Language Academy in Harare, Zimbabwe, were the star attraction as they took sign language to another level.
This is an important awareness for you to love everyone. Understand? Yes. No discrimination, no looking down upon them. You are saved.
Well, that's it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. To share what's happening in your church, please email your news stories and upcoming events to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist news, along with other programming, and to keep in touch with what's happening in our conference, visit our website at southbahamasconference.org. The SBC Media Network's Facebook and Instagram pages are filled with lots of material from the communications department, so you would want to check those out. And remember to subscribe, like, follow, and share. You can watch and listen to programs from our radio station. We're at SBC 88.3 FM and our Adventist television channel, ATV 658. Get updates, insights, and first-hand information from the SBC Media Network as it happens. The programming from ATV 658 can also be viewed on the South Bahamas Conference YouTube channel, so feel free to watch a recap of our Adventist news. On behalf of our production team, it was our pleasure to bring you tonight's news update. I'm Charlie Thompson for the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.